According to the American Academy of Pediatrics, immunizations are very important, and they are important because not only do they protect our children, but then they protect all children in our community. Hepatitis B is a vaccine that is given as a series of 3 immunizations that are given over a time period from beginning from birth to 6 months of age. Hepatitis B vaccination. Hepatitis B is a virus that affects the liver. And with given this vaccine, it helps prevent chronic liver disease, cirrhosis, liver failure.
She's had kind of 2 rounds. First, when she was in the hospital, before they sent her home, she got her first hepatitis vaccine. I don't remember if it was A, B, or C. And then we took her to the pediatrician, and whenever that next recommended age was, whether it was 6 weeks or whatever they told us for the first round. And then actually in November now is she's due for her second round of shots. So yeah, it was a little, saddening when she cried because the little needles went into her little leg for the vaccine. But, like I said, long-term health benefits outweigh the risks or the shorter-term pain. So. Oh, I sure, sometimes it's a little bit of a hesitant thought, like with the hepatitis B or with now too the, the HPV virus that, to get young kids or teenagers, because there is a bit of a cynical point of my background of, well, is this a vaccine that we need, or is this a vaccine that drug companies are advocating for the purpose of them making profits? So I don't know if it's, a vaccine for health or a vaccine for a profit. But we took the chance.
Breastfeeding. Breastfeeding is the first vaccination, and actually the mother's body produces exactly what the baby needs for those first few days of life, and that's a communication from the saliva in the baby through the breast of the mother. And actually I call it a conversation because that's the way I think of it, but really through the connection of latch, the baby sends a signal to the mother that they need more of XYZ, and the mother's body actually will produce those things. So when we talk to women about breastfeeding, one of the things we say is actually that's your baby's first vaccination, and it is, and it's one of the best vaccinations they can ever receive. Colostrum, which is the first couple of days of a woman's breast milk, is so jam-packed full of disease-fighting stuff, antibodies, and everything else you can think of. So that's where we start the conversation, and we do say vaccines. So I know that we're triggering them for that idea of vaccination, but this is a very natural, the way Mother Nature intended every baby to be cared for in those first few days of life is breastfeeding, and that is the first vaccination.
So if a mother chooses not to vaccinate, there is a form that has to be completed saying that yes, it was offered, this was what was recommended, it was declined, and the parent signing saying that they decline his immunizations. Because just as the pediatrician is held accountable to explain and to offer, at the same time, if we did not explain or offer, then unfortunately, if that one circumstance, if it's your child who develops this disease, then you would question, why didn't my pediatrician, strongly encourage, which we do, this vaccination? So we cannot say who will develop into long-term negative consequences for not getting the vaccination, but we can say with confidence that with getting the vaccination would help prevent, strongly decrease the risk of getting that